Welcome back to USA Car Reviews, the channel where we dive deep into the history, the design, and the raw character of some of America's most iconic rides. Today we're taking a long drive back into the golden era of muscle and style, to explore a car that still turns heads almost 6 decades later, the 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 XLT. This car wasn't just a piece of machinery, it was a statement, a proud symbol of mid-60s American engineering that balanced style, performance, and comfort in a way that only Ford could pull off during that time. Now, when we talk about the 1966 Fairlane 500 XLT, we're talking about a car that was right at the heart of the midsize performance wars. In the mid-60s, muscle cars were just starting to dominate the streets. Chevy had its Chevelle, Pontiac was roaring with the GTO, and Dodge had some serious horsepower coming out of Detroit. Ford needed something to answer that call, and they did it with the Fairlane. The Fairlane wasn't brand new in 1966, but this model year marked a complete redesign, and boy did it hit the sweet spot. The first thing you notice about the 66 Fairlane 500 XLT is the styling. Ford went for a long, clean body with sharp edges and a wide stance. At the front, you had a bold split grille with stacked headlights that gave the car a strong, confident face. The chrome detailing around the grille, the bumper, and along the body lines gave it a touch of elegance while still looking aggressive. This was a car that looked equally at home in your driveway as it did cruising down the highway at night. From the side profile, the lines stretched smooth and straight, showing off the length of the body. The back end kept it classy with rectangular taillights and just enough chrome to make it pop. It's the kind of styling that defined the 60s, bold, purposeful, and timeless. Step inside the 1966 Fairlane 500 XLT, and you were greeted with a cabin that blended comfort with simplicity. The interior layout was straightforward, with a wide dash, large easy-to-read gauges, and controls that were within easy reach. The steering wheel was big and thin, classic 60s style, but it gave you a commanding feel of the road. The seats were offered in vinyl or cloth, with plenty of space for 4 or even 5 passengers. It wasn't luxury in the sense of a Lincoln or a Cadillac, but it was definitely comfortable for its class, especially when you compare it to some of its competition at the time. Now let's talk performance, because let's be honest, that's what most enthusiasts cared about back then, and still care about today. The 1966 Fairlane came with a wide range of engine options, and that's where things got exciting. At the base level, you could get a simple inline-six, which was fine for everyday driving. But Ford knew that wasn't going to cut it for the muscle car crowd. So they offered a variety of version 8s, including the famous 289 small block, the 390 big block, and for the serious speed junkies, the mighty 427 cubic inch V8. That 427 wasn't just a powerful engine, it was a monster built for racing, delivering upwards of 425 horsepower. With that under the hood, the Fairlane 500 XLT could run with the best of them, taking on GTOs, Chevelles, and Mopars without breaking a sweat. Handling was solid for the era. Remember, this was the 60s, so we're not talking modern suspension or rack and pinion steering, but the Fairlane held its own. The wide stance and balanced weight distribution gave it decent stability, especially in a straight line, and with the right setup, it could be a very capable street machine. The XLT trim added some extra touches, giving drivers not only performance but also comfort features that made it practical for daily use. One of the things that makes the 66 Fairlane so special today is how versatile it was. You could have it as a practical family car with a small engine, or you could spec it out as a full-blown muscle machine with the big V8. It came in several body styles too: two-door hardtops, convertibles, sedans, and wagons. But it was the two-door hardtop and the convertible that really captured the imagination of enthusiasts, and those are the models collectors hunt for today. Speaking of collectability, the 1966 Fairlane 500 XLT has become a prized possession for classic car fans. While it doesn't always grab the same spotlight as Mustangs or Camaros, those who know the history appreciate just how important the Fairlane was to Ford's lineup. It was a bridge between the everyday family car and the high-performance muscle machines that would dominate the late 60s and early 70s. The 427 models especially are rare gems, commanding high values at auctions and private sales. Even the lower trim Fairlanes, when restored properly, can turn heads and fetch respectable prices because they represent that golden muscle era so well. Driving one today is like stepping back into another world. The rumble of that V8, the feel of the long hood stretching out in front of you, and the simplicity of the mechanical connection between driver and machine, it's something modern cars just can't replicate. There's no electronics, no computer stepping in, no traction control, just you and the car. That raw, analog experience is why enthusiasts still love the 1966 Fairlane 500 XLT. Another thing worth mentioning is the cultural impact. In the 60s, cars weren't just transportation, they were identity. Owning a Fairlane wasn't just about getting to work or taking your kids to school, it was about making a statement. It told the world you had style, taste, and maybe even a little need for speed. The Fairlane became a favorite at drag strips, on main streets across America, and in the hearts of young drivers who dreamed about horsepower and freedom. So why does the 1966 Fairlane 500 XLT still matter today? Because it represents the perfect blend of practicality, design, and performance. It wasn't over the top, but it had enough muscle to run with the big boys. It wasn't stripped down, but it didn't drown you in luxury either. It was right in the middle, appealing to a wide range of drivers, and that's what made it such a success. Here on USA Car Reviews, we love shining a spotlight on cars like this, because they remind us of where American car culture came from. They remind us of a time when every new model year meant bold design changes, when horsepower wars were fought with sheet metal and carburetors, and when cars weren't just machines, they were dreams on wheels. The 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 XLT wasn't just another car in Ford's lineup. It was part of a revolution, a key player in the muscle car era that still inspires fans and collectors today. If you ever get the chance to see one in person, maybe at a car show or museum, take a moment to appreciate the details. Look at the way the body lines catch the light, the way the chrome shines, and if you're lucky enough to hear one fire up, close your eyes and just listen. That sound is history. That sound is America in the 60s. And that sound is why we still talk about the Fairlane all these years later. Thanks for watching USA Car Reviews, where we keep the legacy of classic cars alive, one story at a time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1966 Ford Fairlane 500 XLT, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more classic car reviews, and leave a comment telling us your favorite memory or thought about the Fairlane. Until next time, keep your engines running and your passion alive.